Yes.
Don't forget our party Sunday, our end of year party
Elizabeth.
at Elizabeth Springs house.
Oh, yeah.
We should all know by
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I think I saw an announcement that was sent out as well in the emails.
And what time is going to be on Sunday?
One
I
o'clock.
think it's 1
o'clock.
p.m.
1
Yeah,
o'clock.
1 to
1
5.
p.m. Okay.
like that, yeah.
Helen and I will have our chapter party for you guys as well.
Yeah.
All right,
good.
Bill, would you like to introduce Jane for us
Sure.
tonight?
First, our title reader is Linda Stuber. Thank you, Linda, for volunteering,
You're welcome.
especially at very short notice. And our judge is Jane Postiglione. Jane has degrees in architecture, interior design from the Pratt Institute in Brooklyn, where she learned to develop film and make black and white prints. After receiving her Bachelor of Fine Arts from Pratt, Jane studied instructional technology and multimedia as a graduate student at San Francisco State. Jane wrote, shot, edited instructional training videos for the Army and the Navy, and created and delivered technology and management programs for the corporate world. Jane has been accepted into juried shows, exhibited and sold prints in local galleries and establishments throughout the Bay Area. So welcome once again, Jane. Jane's been one of our very popular judges for, I think, 7-8 years now.
Wow.
Something like that.
Time flies.
Yeah, exactly.
Jane.
Well, hi, everyone again.
Hi.
So, Steve, are you running it or?
Nope, that's
Here it
me.
comes.
And
Bill's
here it
running
comes.
Here it comes.
Okay.
Creative,
Right.
basic and intermediate for images.
I guess I'm running. I better hit my button. Sorry. There we go.
A spiral galaxy of dewdrops.
Okay. Well, as you guys know, creative can be a manipulated image in camera or through various post-processing methods, or it could be an interesting realistic shot, just at an interesting angle of view. And I'm not sure what this falls in, how realistic it is, or if it's been manipulated, but I think it's very lovely and has a lot of interest. It just draws me in, and I think it falls well in the creative category. I can see that it's got dark background on the top, but that's kind of good because the maker obviously went up to the top of that branch when they cropped the upper right side, and that makes sense. And even with all that, you can't miss this amazing, dazzling diamonds of dew. So it works real well. I don't have any suggestions for change. Next.
Laundry day chaos.
Well, this really makes me smile and laugh. I suspect this has been manipulated in some manner. And it reminds me when I go to my daughter's house in Martinez to babysit the grandkids. And her house kind of looks like this with the laundry day. So it's very creative overall, and very technically well done is also. Next.
Wall Street George.
Okay, well, George is very imposing, and maybe that's what the maker wanted, because the fact that it's so dark and so looming over everything, and in the center, you can't help but get impact from that. For me, I think I would have tried a little bit of dodging on George to get a little more interest. It obviously is a statue, but I think it's so dark that a little more interest in the garment would be helpful just a variation. And what I like to do is try lots of variations and then decide later which one I like. Next.
Smoke bush on a fall walk, October 2025.
Okay, well, I forgot, I was gonna look up what the real colors on a smoke bush are, and I didn't do that. So I assume, because this had, for me, had a bit of a realistic view, which, as I said, in creative is totally fine. But I'm having a little difficulty landing somewhere as a main focal point. And so I think what I would have tried, or what I'd suggest in terms of variation, is that the upper right-hand corner has a dark area, and then all the branches coming out is sort of a peach color. And then there's one little green branch of leaves on top. I think I would have tried zooming in on that and making that the focal point and cutting out a lot of the other area. That may not have matched what the maker was looking to do. So just a suggestion. Next.
Creative Advanced, 3 images. Color Blast.
Okay, well, it certainly is, and it abstracts so very well in this category. It's a very appealing color, balanced array of colors. You've got the, as you can see, the cyans both on the top and on the bottom. The warmer colors drawing me up to the right corner. The green on the left side it's a warm green, a light green. So that kind of pulls my eye over there as well. So it helps me travel through the whole image. And it clearly is abstract and would fit in this category. I don't have any suggestions for change on this one. Next.
An explosion of autumn color.
Okay, well, it's definitely appropriately titled. I don't know for sure, but it looks like it's in camera motion, ICM, and it gets that good explosion feeling. So you really know that it's full color. I'm trying to think what I might try as a variation to enhance the yellows a little bit, because it's very orangey. Yeah, if you enhance the yellows, I'd like to see what happens to the lower half, because the upper half of the explosion kind of drags your eye there. And of course, you do have a focal point, which is the center. Okay, next.
Street scene, Siena, Italy.
Okay. Well, clearly it is a manipulated image. It looks like a nice street scene, and the title tells me where we are, which is fine, because not everybody in this country hangs their laundry out like that. And I think it's very well done technically, interesting. It blends. I think the grays kind of make it blend together, because there's gray on the bottom of the frame, and then in the doorway, and then grays on the top of the frame. So it doesn't have a lot of punch. I think if I was going to do a variation, I might try brightening it just a hair, but I don't mind the way it is at all. Next.
Creative Masters, 5 images. Opening into light.
Well, this is very well placed in this category. I'm enjoying the aspect ratio, that's nearly square. The textures on this are super interesting. And of course, the shape of the hole as it curls just draws you right in. So, and you can kind of feel when you look at the left side of the image that you can feel the warmth there. but because it's a warm yellow, maybe the light, that's where the light starts. And then my eye just wants to follow the curve all the way into the center, which is the darkest part, kind of a darker red. So it's unique. It's not something you would see every day, and I think it falls very well in this category, and I have no suggestions for change. Next.
A masked gaze at the edge of escape.
A very interesting overall image. The mask and the eyes clearly are the main center, as it would be if you have any of these masks. A lot of them come from Italy for the various, forget what their holiday is, but they look like this, and it's the colors are great. The contrast of the reds with the greens and so forth. The background is nicely subdued because it looks like it was kind of a busy background. I guess if I had any suggestions, that you can see on the right side of the image that it may be like a deck or a balcony. I think I would have tried a variation where that was also darkened out, because that is a brighter area in the background, and you don't have a bright area on the left side of the image. So that kind of pulls my eye there away from the main subject. But I also think this main subject is quite strong, and I can stay there and enjoy it. Next.
An out of floral experience.
Well, I think it's a very clever title for a very clever image. Those calla lilies have a very interesting personality, and I do get the sense that the calla lily is having an out of floral experience. Super clever, very well done. I think the black background makes everything pop really well. The main first calla lily is a little brighter than all of the others, so that makes me feel that that's the genesis of the outer floral experience. And I think it's I have no suggestions for change. Next.
Distorted view.
Okay, it most certainly is. I don't know what some kind of post-processing to distort it, or maybe the glass. It looks like it might have been an older building when you look at the left side of the image. Maybe the glass itself had distortions in it, like old glass often does. It's a little busy, but I guess if I had to say where my eye goes, I would go to the brighter parts, maybe the orangey part that's in the top. And there's no way I can figure out what's in there. So that's okay. I can't think of anything I would do differently, maybe because it is kind of busy. Maybe play around with the X on the windows. Change that from black to red, see if that helps, or maybe it wouldn't. Not sure what to do here. Okay, next.
House on fire.
Okay, great title. It does look kind of like a real shot of maybe one of the native Indian places in the rocks and so forth, but you can really see the lower part of the rocks are kind of deep red, and so that kind of, maybe they're slippery on fire. The fire in the window is really appealing. Just draws you right in, and then the whole rest of the image, as you can see, is bright orange. So but it has a lot of definition because of all the lines going off on straight up and the textures to the left and right. And so I think this is quite a nice creative take on a very realistic location and image. Next.
Monochrome, basic plus intermediate, 5 images. The dance of the willets. On this foggy morning, the lack of a clear dividing line between the birds and the reflections creates a pattern that at first confuses and then delights the eye.
Okay. Well, it gives you a lot of information, which creative images don't necessarily need to have in the title. But it doesn't take away from the image. It kind of explains obviously why there's so much gray. It's foggy morning, and the maker clearly wanted to enhance that as they used post-processing on this image. I think that this one has just the right amount of foreground in terms of the weeds and so forth. And then you have, it's actually 3 bands. Then you have the main band of all those birds flying helter-skelter everywhere. And it's nice that the maker left the little 3 birds way in the foreground who are very quiet. So it's like a multiple story here, but toned down because it's a foggy morning. Would I try any variations? I don't think so. I think it works as it is. Next.
Ivory belongs to the living.
Okay. For this image, I had a visual and an emotional impact. So, yeah, we might be in the creative category, but it's a creative point of view. I mean, you would not necessarily think of cropping in this tightly on, I assume it's an elephant's trunk.
Jane, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we're not creative. We're
Yeah.
in monochrome.
We're not, oh, what are we in?
In monochrome.
Oh, did we switch?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Well, monochrome, as you guys know, is one of the artistic categories where you have a lot of freedom, almost as much, for pretty much as much freedom as creative. And thank you if I don't catch that when you guys make a change, let me know that. But even so, I'm enjoying how tightly the maker has gone in on the elephant trunk. And as I said, I had an emotional response to this because ivory is for the living, and this is a living animal. And so there's a message there too, besides being a very well done, intriguing, artistic monochrome image. Next.
Classic DC3, Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Okay. So there's an interesting array of tones here. You've got your dark blacks and got some whites, as you can see, and several shades of gray in between. What I'm enjoying most about this image is the angle of view of this plane that the maker chose to show us. Whether they took the whole plane or not, I like the tight cropping because I find that interesting. What I'm having a little trouble with is in the upper, let's see, right corner, there's some, I don't know what I'd call it, kind of noise. It's maybe some artifacting, I'm not sure, but it's a little distracting. The overall frame is really quite busy. And I don't know if you tone down some of the whites in the clouds, whether that would help or not. It does make it a little more artistic and less realistic. That is true. But still, I'm not sure whether it's strong enough. I like the diagonal of the airplane. That does give it a lot of dynamic flow, so that works well. I think I would try some variations though and see what else you could get out of this. Next.
Path to Light. View of Point Bonita and Lighthouse as seen from Marin Headlands.
Okay. Well, this appears to be a realistic monochrome shot of a particular location. I think the winding road works very well. The point of view that the maker has chosen, it's almost suspenseful in that your eye just wants to get on that road and wind around, and then you get to this big dark area of vegetation, which you manage to get around it because there's a little lighthouse, tiny little lighthouse out there. So I guess my variation would be, I might try a version where I didn't have all that water on the top and the sky. I might crop in and see if I had the pixels to make the lighthouse a little bit bigger, because the title tells me it's kind of it's about the voyage getting to the lighthouse, and the lighthouse is super tiny. But it's nice and sharp, and the tones in the vegetation are handled well. The shadows have been lightened up. Next.
Unstoppable.
I'm really enjoying this one. I'm enjoying it because it is kind of arty. I mean, I don't mind at all. In fact, I like the fact that I'm not seeing the rest of the horse. And the moment that the maker captured it is a good moment, because you can see all that stuff and all the dirt just kicking up. And you get to see, let's see, you get to see the guy who's riding it both sides. He's got chaps and you can see his boots. So I don't miss the top of the horse or top of the guy. I think it's very clever, works well in this. The sand or dirt is a nice medium color, not too bright. There's no hot spots of bright white anywhere, and there is some definite blacks and good range of grays. So technically well done. Next.
Monochrome Advanced, 4 images. Formed by sand and salt water.
Okay. This is a fun image because of all the shapes. And okay, we know that realistically it was formed by sand and salt water, so it's a natural formation. It has it has good blacks in the shadows, nice couple of different medium gray tones, no bright whites, no hot spots, some lighter areas which work well. And it's a little on the busy side, but there's so much there. I don't mind that. My eye kinds of just goes from the left side in to look at and see if there's like a little face in there with 2 eyes and a nose. And then I travel to the next thing and see what I can see in some of the other formations. So, and and I know we're not supposed to critique borders, but it has a nice border. In black and white, kind of ties it together. So I do think this works well. I can't think of any changes given the subject matter. Okay, no suggestions for variations. Next. That's okay.
Nesting party.
Okay. Silhouettes. Well, I think this subject matter works well in silhouette. The background is not bright white. It's a toned down lighter gray, which helps, because if it were bright white, it would just be too much to look at. I don't know what birds they are, doesn't matter. They're probably cormorants, but it's the title is very creative. It matches what I'm seeing, and I like the cluster of the birds in the middle because for me that's a strong focal point. So I can go in there and look at the I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7, 6 birds. And then I can go down to the right side or to the left side and view the rest of the frame with all the other birds. So I really don't have any suggestions for this. Next.
Looking down and liking what I see. Iceland 2016.
Okay, I like the play on liking, the word. You're liking it, and it is liking. This is another one, obviously, natural formations, lichens, natural matter, the plant matter that grows on various kinds of rocks. Again, it gives me information in the title, which is not, I don't mind it, but you don't need to really say where it is. Not if it were travel, of course, that would be very important where it is. But going back to monochrome, what I'm enjoying in this image is, besides the tones, which are very appealing, is in the far right side of the image, there's a darker spot on the smaller rock, and that's kind of drags my eye over there. So I guess if I was looking for a focal point, that would be where my eye would go, because everything else is kind of, you got the 2 big rocks surrounded by all the other little rocks. But that's different. And so I guess I would say, is that really where you want the focal point to be? I think if I were going to do variation, I might try a variety of things. I might cut the image in half between the 2 large rocks and see how that worked. And what else? I might try getting rid of that dark spot on the rock, but I really kind of like it. Anyway, just some suggestions. Next.
Ferry building with a popcorn sky.
Okay. Well, this is a very dynamic image. A lot of times, oh, well, you got to straighten up. You've got the building's all cattywampus, too much. You got to do lens correction. Well, I don't mind it at all. Isn't any column here that's particularly straight, and I think that makes a lot of action and dynamism in the overall image. And then you've got this crazy popcorn sky behind it, which I actually think helps the overall image, because if there's so much light gray in the popcorn sky, it brings your eye up away from the building. So that way I can travel all the way through the image. And I'm really enjoying the very strong angle from the left side as well as the right side, the angle of the roof. That really makes it. So it's a good category for this image, and it's well done, very technically done well. Next.
Monochrome Masters 9 images. A lone hiker above Blind Beach watching the breakers during high surf conditions, Sonoma Coast, December 2025.
Okay. Again, we're in monochrome, so you could get a more arty title. You don't really need to say where it is and when it was. If this were journalism, of course you need the when, where, why, who, how, all of that. But this, I'm enjoying the fact in this image, this portrayal, that you've done a panoramic slice of the water and the land. And that makes a lot of sense to me, because the little person at the top of the mountain or hill, whatever, on the left side really shows you the scale of what you're looking at, that these are big rocks and a very, looks to me like an angry ocean, not a lake or quiet. It could be very dangerous. And the maker chose to leave some little birds flying. There are a few birds. So I guess if I had a suggestion, I would probably try a version without the birds, but definitely with the person on the cliff. I don't know whether there's 4 little birds there. I don't know whether that would make a difference or not. The birds kind of balance the person, but at the same time, I think the person is more important than the birds. So I would just try that. But I think the colors, the tones, not the colors, the tones are fairly good, and the mountain has some definition to it. I might try opening up the shadows just a little bit. Next.
Aftermath.
Okay. Well, this title and this image match quite well. It kind of looks very doomsday-like. I don't know what it's after a fire, after an atomic bomb. I don't know, but it does have a feeling, and that's good because it's very artful. I think the sky has been handled quite well. It's got some interest in different tones of grays. And you've got that nice one tree that is the main subject, and enough foreground so that you know that you're standing on some land that has gone through a lot. So I don't have any suggestions for change on this. Next.
Seto Island, Sea National Park, Japan, from Miyajima Island.
Okay. Again, to me, that's more of a travel title. I'm not, that doesn't make any difference really, but you could do a more artful title. I'm really enjoying the god rays that are coming out of the clouds on this one. To me, that's really the most interesting part. Also, I don't know whether there was a boat, maybe the tiny little things in the water. Maybe it was a boat. There's a line with something at the end under that little island in the middle. And I find that really interesting. That kind of underlines the scene. I think the maker did well in leaving the dark trees and bushes on the lower left corner, because that kind of acts as a stop for my eye and keeps my eye in the frame. I'm a little curious in the lower left corner what those darker objects are. So I don't know whether that helps keep me in the frame or whether they distract me. Not sure. But you do, I think there are some sensor spots or something, but I would do some noise reduction on this just to make sure that it's pretty clean. Next.
Creature of the Sea.
Okay, here's an example of a creative title for or an artful title for basically a realistic image. And I'm guessing that this was in Iceland, probably the Black Diamond Beach. I'm in the southern part of Iceland. A lot of these chunks of ice flow down from the glacier and then break off and go to the Black Diamond Beach. And it looks like this sand here is very textured and dark compared to the ice. And there's a lot of really interesting texture and tones in the ice, which really hold my attention. And it does look like a sea creature, some kind of fish monster. So that's very clever. Nice that you didn't have a total bland sky. You've got the little wispy clouds in the upper left corner, which help my eye stay in the frame looking at the creature. So I think that works well. Next.
Schoolgirls mug for the camera while waiting in line for their bucket showers. Kenya.
Okay. Well, it's a very pleasing portrait of schoolgirls. It probably was a grab shot because my guess is they see you and the photographer, and I can see the one lady or girl on the far right side. She's got her hand over her mouth. She's probably giggling. The other ones in the front on the left side are kind of laughing and smiling. It's very spontaneous. And then you've got the serious one in the middle, which it's a nice contrast to everyone else in the frame. The tones are quite good. Yeah, it's somewhat of a busy area, but I don't know what you could do about that. I don't mind the fact that I'm not seeing the feet on the two on the left side, or the two in the middle. If you had a longer shot, that might work, but this doesn't bother me the way it is. Okay, next.
Namibian elder with eyes that no longer see.
Okay. Well, I'm really sucked into this image because the maker is so tight in on this face, and it's so grizzled. And when I didn't read the title, I kept looking at the man's eyes and wondering what was going on. And so I'm kind of glad that you put in the title, the maker put that he can no longer see. That would explain why his eyes look so strange. So I really, for me, this image has a lot of impact because you're so tight in, and the fact that you've made the black background so that he pops right out. You see just enough of his clothing and a little piece of his hand and knee that helps support his face, but it's all about his face and textures on his face and his eyes. I think it works as it is. Next.
Ancient pots.
Ephesus.
Thank you.
The reason I know that is this is one of the few places I've been to at Ephesus, and those pots are very hard to photograph because it's kind of dark in there. And so this is, I think, really well done because it's hard, as I said, to get light on these subjects. I don't see any strange shadows, so I don't think the maker used the flash. And there's a lot of nice texture in the earth where these pots lay. And of course, you've got 3. We like odd numbers, and they're in a nice triangular pattern. And the one that I enjoy most, I think, is the bigger pot on the right side, because the cracks in the rim really bring my eye over there. And then I can travel around in a circle through all of them. So I think it's well handled, and I don't have any suggestions for change. Next.
Gateway.
Okay. Well, almost a high key image. A lot of really interesting texture. You can tell that it is a brick structure, and an interesting door. I'm enjoying the fact that the maker left the top part of the frame roof, I guess it's a roof, in there because of those diagonal lines help me look at the overall door and building, and then I can zoom in or zoom out from the top and through the image. Interesting line quality. As far as any changes, I guess I would try a variation where maybe the building itself was not as light colored, maybe a little darker, but that might make it blend in too much with everything else. This way it stands out. Okay, next.
Bird perch.
Yes, it is. Another silhouette, and you've got mirror image there, probably actually a real reflection in the water. I think that it's nice there's no bright tones. So the bottom half has been toned down to kind of a light gray, and then you have the medium gray on the top. So that works. I think if I were going to do a variation, I might try cropping in a little bit so that I didn't have as much on the top and the left side, and maybe I'd even crop some of the bottom and just see how that was. It would probably make more emphasis on the bird perch and less emphasis on this environment that it lives in, and that may not be what the maker wanted. Next.
Okay, we are halfway there.
Okay.
Our 5 minutes is up.
Journalism, basic and intermediate, 1 image. Stolperstein, Stumbling Stones, Regensburg, Germany, 2019. Brass plaques set in front of homes where victims of the Holocaust last lived before being deported, imprisoned, or murdered by the Nazis.
Well, I know your rules say, don't give a place to just one image if it doesn't deserve it. But I do think this belongs in journalism, and for me, it has a lot of impact. I think without the details in the title, I would not know exactly what I'm looking at, and that title gives me all the nice detail that you need to tell this journalistic story. I could totally see this in an image in an article somewhere that had to do with the Holocaust and so forth. So I think it works well. I like the fact that the maker chose the odd 5 plaques there. Maybe these were the only ones. There might have been other ones though, but the 5 and the contrast between the gold of the plaques and the dark of the pavers really make the image pop and has a lot of impact. Next.
Journalism, advanced, 1 image. Whiskerino, 1 of 3. Petaluma's Whiskerino on October,
Sorry.
on October 4, 2025, let facial hair stuff. Here a father, son, and feathered friend wait to compete. 2 of 3. A local woman competes as a whiskerina. Other categories include mustaches, sideburns, beards, business beards, and freestyle. 3 of 3. Even kids can be beardos. The judges review this boy's beard made of plastic bones.
I want to go to this. Wow. Is it always every October? What fun. Yeah, a lot of times sequences don't always make sense, but each one of these images are very pleasing and very amusing, and each one tells a different part of the story. So I think the series of 3 works really well. And it's very current. So I could totally see these or any one of these as part of an article about this event. The parrot. Now, that's really interesting. That did they bring the parrot, or was that there? Who knows? It's a friend, I guess. So I think this works well. And I know that this is a series of 3. It's the only entry, but it's really well done and it deserves being number 1. Oh, this one is part of the whole series. Yes, she's very appealing. I'm glad to know that ladies can participate and have very interesting floral butterfly beards. I wouldn't change anything in this one. And I like the fact that this is the last one because you get to see more of the story where you have, I guess, it's the judges, according to the information in the title. And this kid is obviously not old enough, probably not old enough to have a beard of his own, but he's got that Bones beard, which is very, very clever. So this is a really nice end to that story.
Journalism Masters, 6 images. Jaguar conflicts. 1 of 4. Brazil's Pantanal is a famous destination for wildlife photography, rich in biodiversity. However, 90% of the land is privately owned by cattle ranchers. 2 of 4. Here are remnants of a calf killed the night before. A calf is easy prey for a jaguar, but unfortunately, it often leads to ranchers killing the jaguars. 3 of 4. Impacto.org was created to mitigate conflicts with jaguars. Here they are teaching ranchers how jaguars kill their prey by biting through the skull or neck. 4 of 4. With camera traps and protective fences, Impacto has reduced conflicts and shifted the perception of jaguars from threat to a benefit toward their newest industry, ecotourism.
Okay. Again, as you can see, another series, and I think that this first shot is a really good intro shot to what the series is about. It's a great beginning for the whole overall story. So it gives you details. I've been to the Pantanal, but I never knew that it was privately owned by cattle ranchers. So 90% of it. Anyhow, next part of the series. Yeah, so this is what happens because jaguars hang out down there. And so it details this. This is a good part of the story, showing how devastating they can be to ranchers. So it's a good connection. And you can go back. That's fine. And then this is, again, a different take on the story, showing educating ranchers on how the jaguar actually kills. And the poor ranchers, they don't want their calves and stuff to be killed, but I'm sure they don't like killing the jaguars. They just don't want their animals to die. Next. And then this is a very good ending shot because it ends with, as you can see, the traps, the camera traps. Let's see. And the shifted the perception of jaguars from a threat to a benefit. So that's actually happening now, because an awful lot of folks are going down and photographing the jaguars down in the Pantanal. So that it explains what's going on. It's a shift to ecotourism. So it's a really good series. I have no suggestions for change, and I think each image helps the story. Next.
Modern day Chinatown. A woman picks through trash next to a mural asking others to love the Chinese people as much as you love their food. San Francisco, August 2025.
Well, this has some emotional impact, and it's very current. Let's see, 2025. The sign has a lot of impact, and love Chinese food and love our people, but then you have this lady picking through these boxes, and that's like a second story, but they kind of connect because you're all talking about Chinatown and Chinese people. So again, I think this also works. I could see this in an article about modern day Chinatown. Next.
Santa Rosa, April 5, 2025. The Hands Off protests were launched nationwide to protest significant cuts to government agencies and harmful changes to Social Security and healthcare funding.
Well, again, something that's very current and has the details in the title really hit home on certain things, harmful things, Social Security, healthcare funding, etc. And what makes this image strong, in my opinion, is yes, there's a whole lot of people and a whole lot of signs, but this guy right in the front, he's looming over it, and with his sign, "Don't mess with my senior shit." I great sign, great that you put some guy or person right in your face, and then you can see everybody else. So I think it works well for journalism, very current. Next.
Bill, could you let Steve's iPad from the weight room?
Do what again?
Could you let Steve's iPad back in from the weight room?
I don't see him waiting to get in.
It says he's in the waiting room.
Huh.
Let me know when you want me to read again.
Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, I don't see him in the waiting room.
Okay, I'll let him know that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. A Samburu family gets a checkup at a local dispensary in remote rural Kenya. Healthcare is difficult to find and resources are scarce. Even more now that much international aid has disappeared.
Okay, when I first looked at this image without the title, I was relating to it more as a travel story, but the title really brings it into current day, talking about healthcare and how it has gotten so scarce in today's times. It's also a great shot of 5 people and they're all really clearly visible, and everyone has a different face, a different expression. It's very interesting in that manner. And the woman and the doctor eyes are crossing and looking at one another. I mean, it's extremely well done, and I think the title really brings it into current day for journalism. I could totally see this in an article. And with a totally different title, it might do well in travel too. Next.
Asarco Mine, one of three, near Tucson, is one of the largest pit mines in the United States. Its copper is essential for electronics, renewable energy, and medical uses, and others important to modern life. 2 of 3, about 250,000 tons of ore per day are strip mined at this site. A truck is operating at the mine on Christmas Day, 2004, at Sarco Ray Mine, Tucson, Arizona. 3 of 3, pit mining scars the landscape, contaminates air and water, and depletes scarce water supplies in a uniquely rich ecosystem of the Sonoran Desert.
Okay. Well, I think this series does work in journalism. When I first looked at it, I thought, do I really need the last image in the series, the third image? But I think it is meaningful because even though you've come in so tight on it, and it tells a story that's been happening, yes, since 2004 or something like that in the title, but it's still going on, and it's still affecting us in today's world. And so that makes it current, and I can totally see this in an article about strip mining and health. Basically that's it. This is a great shot. It shows the scale, and this shows the detail of it. But the middle shot is, you get an idea how big the mining function is, and there's a lot of detail about how much tonnage they're taking out. And these vehicles, I haven't been to this mine, but I've been to a big mine in northern Chile, South America. And those are huge vehicles, those vehicles that go there. So they're not just little trucks, it's giants. Okay, next.
Shakai, one of 3. Shakai, or borrowed scenery, is a design technique used in Japanese gardens, like a korakuen, where distant elements like the forested hill are incorporated into the composition. 2 of 3. The castle in the background of a korakuen garden extends the visitor's perceived space and makes the garden feel larger and connected to nature and the local environment. 3 of 3. In Insurin Garden in Nara, the nearby Shinto shrine roof, as well as the distant hill and mountain, create depth and add layers to the visual experience in this small space.
Okay. Well, this is a series that I could see. I could see one of those images in a travel category, but in a journalism category, which is what we're doing now. If each image tells me a lot more about how this Japanese design garden techniques works. So I could see this in this series in an article about creating Japanese gardens, in landscaping magazine or whatever, if they exist anymore. So yeah, I could see this as journalism. It's very different from all the other journalism ones. And I could see this one just as it is, as a travel shot with a different title, tweaked a little. Next, same thing.
Pictorial, basic plus intermediate, 9 images. November sunrise in Knights Valley.
Very moody shot. you guys know how difficult it is to get that sun star. It's a little hot, but it's really hard not to get the top of that and get the rays at the same time. I think the cloudy, foggy feeling overall, as these green hills peek out from the fog, are very nicely portrayed. Of course, my eye goes to the sunspot and the orange area because that's the brightest area. But I can follow back on the through the green mountains to the left side, and then I think just the right amount of sky is in there, and fortunately there is some texture and clouds in the sky that I think help the overall frame. The fog on the bottom of the frame and the color of blue and the clouds on the top kind of keep you in the overall frame and looking at the strip in the middle, which is the most interesting part. Can't think of any suggestions for change on this. Next.
A sea otter nursery in the harbor, Morro Bay, California. Nursing and raising a pup is very demanding, requiring 6 to 8 months of milk production and almost constant hunting and feeding to nourish their young.
This one for Pictorial has, for me, has more of a nature kind of title, because it's all about the sea otter. If it's all about the sea otter, I feel like I want to come in tighter and see them because they're just little clumps of specks as it goes across the middle of the frame. I think that would be one of the variations I would try cropping in tighter, and maybe not making it less of a nature story in the title. It's really about the colors on Morro Bay, the boats on Morro Bay. The sky is very pretty. It's bland, but it has a nice pink feeling to it, matte, which complements the blue in the foreground. Maybe I'd try a little more contrast and maybe a little more vibrance. Just suggestions. Next.
Where hands speak softly.
An interesting title. I think the maker has caught a really good moment with this man with his head down. You get to see a little bit of his face. You know, he's got a little bit of a beard and a mustache, but he's also got a really interesting hat on with all kinds of texture in the hat. And the hat's very well handled. The whole frame is very well handled. The rope he's holding ties him together with the horse. So my eye goes back and forth between kind of around and takes the whole thing, the whole scene of the animal and the man in together. I don't mind that I'm not seeing the rest of the horse. I think the black background makes the man and the horse pop out at you. Nice shadows. Of the shadow on the hat is it looks realistic and doesn't really mask anything. I don't have any suggestions for change. This has a lot of impact for me. Next.
737 from inside the terminal, John Wayne Airport.
Okay, very interesting take. Again, my husband would probably say, you know, move back, take a longer shot, but I like the fact that it's cropped in so tightly. I like seeing the reds, the blacks, and the silver colors. I find that very appealing. The shapes of the windows as they cut across diagonally add more interest. There's some blotches on the red stripe that goes across the bottom of the frame at a diagonal. And I know this isn't a flower, but there's a shadow there that almost looks like it's a rose with a stem. So it really piques my imagination, and I think it works the way it is. Next.
Sunset above the clouds at Bodega Bay.
Okay. So we do have a beautiful sunset. This is a realistic image, not really been manipulated much. I guess on this one, I'm not sure whether I'd keep all that much sky. You've got the nice land as the base. It is a little dark. I guess if I were doing a variation, I would see if the shadows could be brought up a little bit, dodge that some. But really the whole bottom half of the image is where my eye wants to be. I like the wispy cloud, so I think I would try a version where I cropped off a lot of the blue above that cloud, and I think that might create more impact for the image. Yeah, it would change the aspect ratio. It would now become like a panorama, but it almost is a panorama. Anyway, next.
Man and dog compete for uniqueness at Pier 14, San Francisco, 2025.
Okay, a very moody shot. As you can see, a lot of dark blackish grays on the foreground and throughout, including the sky. At first, I thought it was a monochrome image, but you can see the color on the man's hat band and on his clothing. He's got some orangey red colors on him, which are intriguing. I kind of like the fact that there's a touch of color there. Again, I think I would try cropping a little off the top of the frame, because there's a whole inch or two of dark up there. Maybe you don't need quite so much. I'd try that as a variation. I'd also try toning down the bright areas that are white. Maybe go in and burn it down, put it under, I'm trying to think what, there's midtones, light, and then shadows. The first one, highlights, go into highlights and maybe see if you could tone those down a little bit. Because being the brightest part of the frame, my eye goes to the sky there. And that's really not the focal point, I think. I like the man a lot. I'd like to spend more time down there. But the man does balance the sky and the other object that's in front of the bridge. So that helps. They balance one another. Okay, next.
The soft caress of morning fog in first light over the rolling vineyards near San Pablo Bay.
The title describes exactly what I'm seeing. And you do see beautiful rolling hills, a lot of them, and you get that nice depth of field, the foreground, middle ground, foreground works well. I think there's just enough sky, any more sky, and it would not be interesting anymore. But for me, I have two favorite parts. I love the fact that there's this sort of yellow strip in the foreground that takes me across. But for me, the focal point is on the right side of the frame, not totally far right, that one little tree, it's clump of trees that that's sort of yellow, and everything else is kind of sweeping left and right, very soothing curves, and that stands out from in the whole frame, that because of the color and because of the shape, and that becomes for me the focal point of the image. Okay, next.
Moonrise as seen from Mount Tamalpais State Park on August 28th, 2015.
Okay, a nice shot of the moon. You can see a lot of texture on the moon. Really looks like that. I'm not sure about, of course, it's probably late in the day. I don't know when the moon came up on that particular day. But so you've got some good blues in the sky. It's getting a little purpley on the bottom. I think for variation, I would try to maybe take some of the red out, make it a little less purple. I do think that it's nice the maker left the land as a base for the whole image so that you can see the land versus where the moon is. It's too bad that there's not some rolling hills or something in there to make the base a little more interesting. Okay, next.
Rhapsody in Blue.
Okay, clever title. I'm sure it's a drop of water or oil or something, some kind of drop. And it's very interesting. I'm enjoying the shapes. It's right in the middle, pretty much the middle of the frame. Okay, a little bit off to the right, but not so much, fairly centered. And it's pleasing for me to see how the magenta color that's on the background on the right side kind of reflects in the water drop or whatever it's doing, in the drop itself as the splash. And the shape of the splash is very pleasing, I feel, the oval. And then the three little drops there, closer to the bottom of the frame, I think really make it extra special. So no suggestions for change. Next.
Pictorial Advanced, 5 images. Yorkshire Dales, 2025, England.
Okay, a pretty much of a realistic shot. I think that the format, the panoramic format, works well for the subject matter. I don't mind that it's kind of gray on sky, because there's a lot of different pattern in the sky. I do see a little blue coming through on the far extreme left side, and my eye does tend to go to that, and I would probably tone that down somehow, maybe clone over it or something, because that pulls my eye up there, and that's what I want to do. My eye wants to do is go back and forth, sweeping back and forth through the landscape. I do think the bushes coming in from the right side help my eye go all the way across from right to left, and the trees all the way on the next, they're kind of centered. That helps keep me in the frame and adds extra interest. Do you need so much green grass on the bottom and so much sky on the top? I don't. I think it's very pleasing the way it is. I would, where I cropped it a little bit more like that to see how I felt about it. Next.
A pair of savanna sparrows.
Okay. well, very nicely handled. A lot of texture. As you can see, there's not a lot of color change in the. I'm not sure what kind of plants they are, if they're corn or something like that, but a lot of good texture in a pattern in the sparrows. And it helps for me, for my eye, that there are two, because at first I go to the one that's on top of the branch, and it's very nice that that one is looking down towards the other one, so that I can go follow the gaze down to the other one. And so you've got two different postures on the birds. I think the background is handled quite well. A nice sort of pale blue-gray, and then a little darker on the top. And for me, the darker on the top helps keep my eye in the frame. If I had tried a variation, I would maybe crop a little off the top. That would change the aspect ratio. You've got something that's pretty nearly square right now. I don't know whether you feel that aspect ratio being different would damage the image or not, but I would probably try it and then decide. Next.
Still life with mandarins and a duck.
Okay, I'm really enjoying the textures and how there's wonderful textures in the wall, as well as the furniture and the fruit. And the fruit being orange just popped right out at you. Yeah, there's three objects. The ducks, luckily the duck has a little orange on it too, so that kind of works well. I like the aspect ratio, kind of almost square. The greens on the oranges, or mandarins, I should say, mandarins, are very intense and bring me right into the fruit, just the way the orange on the mandarins works. So I think the color palette is very well done on this. And yeah, the furniture is tilting a hair towards the right side. Could you straighten it up? Yeah, you could, but it's not that disturbing. Next.
Badwater Sunrise, Death Valley, 2017.
Okay. So it's a really intense sunrise, and it may have been that intense because I have seen some right here in Martinez this winter that they're so intense they don't look real. I think you've got a very interesting sky. That is so powerful that it almost dwarfs or takes away from the ground. So I think I would try a version where I brought the reds or the magentas down just a tad to not have the sky be so in your face, because you have an interesting foreground with all the different yellow flowers and then the hills. So I don't want to just spend all my time looking at the sky. Next.
Crystal Fountain.
Okay. Well, it tells me it's a crystal fountain, and maybe that's what it is, but the image is really quite abstract, and it could work. I mean, it works well in Pictorial. Might even work in creative, because it's a very creative view of something that I'm assuming is somewhat realistic. It wouldn't be half as interesting to me if it didn't have that strong diagonal cutting across. So I'm really enjoying the diagonal. And I think that helps bridge the kind of silvery colors on the top with the sort of rusty colors on the bottom of the frame. So can't think of anything for change. Next.
Pictorial masters 11 images. At rainbow's end in Icelandic winter, a photographer crouches beside her tripod on a sandbank reached by wading icy waters beneath Skogafoss, where mist and light briefly align.
Okay. Well, this is a realistic image, and it's a wonderful capture because it's not easy to get a rainbow, and a rainbow over a waterfall. Wow, that's extra special. And then you have this photographer in red. I don't know whether you told him to put a red jacket on or her, but you get to see the scale of these waterfalls and the land around the waterfalls and how big they are. And the sky is handled very nicely. The cloud on the left side balances the light and the white parts of the waterfalls. That's a nice balance. The water flowing from the waterfall towards the base of the frame has a lot of interesting line work and textures in it because it's moving. So I really don't have any suggestions for change on this. I mean, if you had to do any variation, you could, sorry.
Right.
I've thought of one. If you had to do a variation, you could crop a little off the left side, make sure you keep the person in the red cloth. But I don't mind the way it is. Next.
Autumn road trip.
Okay. Well, yes, you're clearly looking at a road, and that bright yellow is just wonderful. It's got great lighting on it. I really get the sense my eye wants to jump on that road. It's a nice position that you've taken it so that you can come in from the left side on the road and then swing around to the over to the right and then over to the left again, so you can see this wonderful tree. I don't mind the background being kind of dark. I really feel the sense of light in here, and I'm enjoying that. If I did a variation, I think I would try maybe cropping up to see if you need all of that rock up there on the hill. But I don't mind it the way it is. Next.
Cloud tree.
This is real. Now maybe you guys processed it with and used blur, which is totally okay in Pictorial and Monochrome and all of that. But I think it was just very creative scene, and it does really look like a tree. I like the fact that there is a roof, but I think I'm having a little trouble with the tree top coming out of the roof. For a variation, I think I would have tried getting rid of the tree and continuing the diagonal line of the roof. Anyhow, just some suggestions. Next.
Sometimes it's the little things.
A great title for an image that really shows you little things. Really nice feeling of light on these strands of some kind of grass or whatever. Very appealing bokeh in the background. It's even though it's very colorful and then you can see all the circular shapes, I find it pleasing and not distracting. I like the fact that there's some rock next to this plant matter. And that has a lot of texture to it. So that adds some interest. I guess if I tried any variation, the variation probably I'd try is to crop a little off the left side, because you've got a lot of good stuff on the rock. So if you cropped an inch or two, that would change the aspect ratio, but I don't think you'd lose a lot. But I don't mind the fact that that much rock is in this image either. So I think it works. And the best part about it is the spots on these little pieces of grass. I don't know what it is. Did it say what it was? I can't remember. But I'm wondering what's on there. It's very tiny little things. No, it's little things, some kind of little things on the blades of grass. And it's interesting. And it brings you right there. Next.
Guardian of the forest. From the depths of the forest, a song in colors.
Okay. Wow. I think this is a toucan, but the bill on this bird is really pleasing, as well as all the colors in the feathers. The bill almost looks like it's pearly, like a pearl. The eye is amazing. The feathers, you can see all the texture in the feathers. Yeah, the tail and the claws are in the dark. But again, this is more of an artistic portrait than a nature story. I think if I were going to do any variation, the lower left corner is the lightest part of the frame. And I think I would try and darken that a bit so that my eye doesn't go there. Because the rest of the frame around the bird is fairly dark. And I think I'd prefer it if that were dark. And all I could do is just spend all my time looking at the bird. Next.
Otherworldly.
Okay. Well, night shots are tough to do. Takes a lot of planning, and this is a really good one. I don't know if that's the Milky Way. It does look like you spent the right amount of time on your exposure, because the stars are little dots, they're not oblongs, so that's really well done. And then you have this really nice, I guess it's like a mud flat, could be Death Valley, and in the foreground, but interesting colors, almost rainbow colors in the foreground as well. So I'm trying to think I guess for me, the focal point is the lightest part of what I'm going to say is the Milky Way. So I don't think I would change anything. Next.
Surf battleground, where wave speed and decreasing depth cause the wave peaks to topple forward. Some observers imagine horses.
An interesting clue in a pictorial image. The surf is, for me, the most interesting part, and particularly that curl. Again, for variations, I think I would try maybe lightening up the rock. That's the very dark rock that doesn't have a lot of texture or color in it. I might try dodging that a bit, or opening up some of the shadows. I also might try cropping a little off the. I want to keep that rock on the left side, but I don't know whether I need that whole extra inch of water, because the water on the right side of the image and in the center of the image is the most exciting water for me. Okay, maybe I would even try increasing the green a little bit because it looks like the water's sort of greenish, but not to the point where it became garish. Next.
Coyote bushes glow amidst burn-scarred trees.
Okay, this is kind of like a double story here because you've got those clearly burned trees and the coyote bushes it's new life. So although it's pictorial, it's actually also a nature story kind of in there. To me, I'm this branch, the left side of the frame is extra busyness. I think for a variation, I would try cropping that one tree off the burned tree, but then you got a problem because you have this branch that comes out of nowhere and crosses over to the right side to the other tree. So I don't know whether that would work. You'd have to look at it and see, because for me, the whole story is in the 2/3 of the frame to the right side. That's what it's all about. And that's where the light is falling on those plants. So maybe that would work as a variation. Not sure. I have to see it. Next.
A moment's rest.
Really enjoying the title on this, which matches what I'm looking at. At first I thought, what's that about? And then I saw those little pine needles resting on the rock. And I thought, wow, that's so cool. And what really makes it, besides that, the leaves in the lower right-hand corner, and they're very visible and you can see them. And then so much texture in the water in terms of line work and color variation. The blues mixed with the oranges, that nice complementary color palette. The overall image is really well balanced in terms of colors throughout, the oranges and the blues. And I think that clump of leaves in the lower right is a supporting character to the main character, which is those resting pine needles. So I can't think of any suggestions for change. Next.
Gold Rush.
Okay, very pleasing. Again, pleasing colors because you have this sort of orangey, rusty colors with the blues, cyans. So those complement each other. I'm trying to think, for me, what the focal point is, and I think for me, I'm thinking it's the branch or tree in the very center that is most orange. And I find that works well. The clump of weeds on the lower right side and the rock in the left side kind of balance each other. So I guess it works. I don't think I crop anything off. When I first looked at it, I was thinking I would crop some off the left side, but I think that's not necessary because for me, the focal point is right in the middle. So I think that works well. Next.
Boatman on the Ganges, Varanasi, India.
Well, very colorful, kind of a portrait, but a working man portrait, not a staged portrait. And it's very pleasing to me to see how the red boats circle the man. yes, he's in a red boat. But his gaze is bringing me in from the right side to looking to the left side, and the boats that are pointing into the right side are bringing me into the man. So it's very reciprocal. And I think the cropping works well. I don't mind the fact that I don't see all of the boats that he's in, or all the rest of the boats that are on the left side. I don't need to see them. I'm really enjoying the pattern and the way the colors work in the image. Next.
Okay, we've covered all the images.
Oh, okay.
We'll take another 5-minute break, and then our keeper of scores, Steve, will come in and present the winners.
Okay.
And we'll turn it over to Steve.
Creative Basic Plus Intermediate, 2 images. Second place, Martin.
Very nice.
Hi, Martin. You here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Great image.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks.
Yeah, beautiful.
Did you work it a lot, or did you see it pretty much as is?
Oh no, it's pretty much as is. It's just the framing
Right.
and the light and then getting the light right.
Yeah, it's stunning.
Thank you.
Great.
Congratulations. First place, Susan.
Yeah, this is
It's really cool.
Very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to Susan. Creative Advance, 3 images. Third place, Ronnie.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Fun.
great colors.
She's not here tonight, huh?
Congratulations to Ronnie. Second place, Ellen.
Thank you.
Really
Very
cool.
interesting bunch of techniques.
Yeah.
It was fun to do.
Yeah,
I like the drawing part on the bike.
yeah, me too.
How do you do that? Is that, topaz or something, or?
This was a combination of many things.
Oh,
Find edges, and what was the other one? I forget. There's another line one that actually worked better on this one. You never know what's going to work.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
cool. Really cool.
Congratulations. First place, Trisha.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I did this with my iPhone with a program I'm really fond of called Average Camera Pro. It's a motion, kind of like movement in space and time. Fun to use.
Wow.
That's good abstract.
Makes nice art.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And I really love those dots that go through it. It just
The dots too. They're great.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Creative Masters, 4 images. Honorable mention, Cindy.
Cindy.
Oh, thank you.
House on Fire.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
really
Yeah, that's amazing.
Did
That's
you come?
actually some ruins. That's the name of the ruins. They're in Utah.
Nice
Oh,
of
that's
you
the
to-
ruins. Wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. So that's a real.
It's not
Yeah.
Canyon de Chelly, is it?
It looks Native American, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Canyon de Chelly. It's called House on Fire. It's about you have to hike into it.
Oh, that is the name of it.
House on Fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
it's that clever because you wouldn't. I mean, it looks like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And that's in Utah?
The light, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's if you've been to the Moki Dugway, it's up on top of the Moki Dugway.
Oh wow. Okay, places to go.
Congratulations. Third place, pet.
Very nice. Oof.
Oh, I love this.
Well,
Yeah,
thanks,
that was
cool.
thanks
So
for the
it's a
tip about
Um,
thanks for the tip about the light on the right. My thought was that was a way of escape, but I can understand why you're saying it maybe is a little too bright, but that was her escape.
I didn't catch that. Okay. Oh,
But yeah, I think it probably does distract a little, but thank you for that very much.
no problem.
It's neat. Very neat.
Congratulations. Second place.
Huh.
Linda.
I love
Oh.
this.
Thank you.
That's great.
Yeah, that's just doing a Zoom.
Really?
Yeah, just
Texture, huh?
over time. Yeah, let's see. How long did 30 seconds? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
F22.
Really cool.
Zoomed it 4 times.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that.
wow.
Try that.
Yeah, it's two flowers. There are two of the lilies, and just
Lilies.
zoomed it 4 times. Yeah.
In a vase. it
Wow.
looks-
From short, yeah, to from close to far, or far to close.
Doesn't
Far to
even look
close.
like a vase.
Yeah.
Pretty weird, isn't it?
Yeah, the bottom
It's
circle.
amazing. You look at things you do and you go, what?
I do that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
too. Let's
Thank you.
First place.
Yay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Anne.
and
Stunning.
I'm fascinated with poppies ever since I saw a poppy that was in mid-pop.
In mid-pop.
And so this one is not. It's coiled up, but I'm just fascinated by the way that they curl up at night and then open up when the sun comes out.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. That's like a Georgia Peach painting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
I had no idea what it was, and it really didn't matter.
It's just beautiful.
You fooled me. I thought it was a peeled orange.
Yeah, it could have been.
What did you use to treatment on that?
I believe I did this a while ago. I'm trying to remember, but I'm pretty sure that I used a tool and just painted it with a smear tool.
A smear. Oh, wow.
I hand did it,
Mhm.
Yeah,
different
right.
areas. It wasn't like a filter or something like that. It was a
Mhm.
tool. Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
cool. That'd be
That's
neat.
Very
Very-
cool.
Mhm. Very interesting.
Congratulations. Monochrome, basic plus intermediate, 4 images. Honorable mention. Gustavo.
Cool.
Oh, sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Nice.
Gustavo here?
Nice
Thank you.
curves.
He was earlier.
Nice curve.
Mhm.
I love this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the motion. It's got
Me
motion.
too.
Yeah, and it carries into the sea. That was one of the things I liked, is
Mhm.
that curl just keeps going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Really
it's
cool.
does,
more
huh?
about the cloud than the lighthouse, getting closer to the water somehow.
Congratulations to Gustavo.
Mhm.
Third place. Martin.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love this.
Yeah, it's like is it a reflection?
It is.
The
Yeah.
bottom.
You can
yeah.
pick them out if you go to like right below each,
Yeah.
where there is something below, you could see it, but
Yeah.
It's
very
reflection, yeah.
clever.
Either that or they're flying upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta hear Martin's comment too.
I like the title. Just the dance of the willets.
To the Willows, yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually on one of our trips or tours to the Napa wetlands.
Napa wetlands.
Oh, I
Yeah.
want to go there.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Will it?
cool.
Congratulations. Second place. Helen.
Yeah.
Great.
Very nice.
I
Yeah.
love your pictures.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Love the dirt.
Yeah, kicking up the dirt. Yeah,
And
the
it's
most
bareback. There's no stirrups or girth strip, which
stirrups.
Hmm?
Does He doesn't have stirrups?
No, I don't. I
Looks
was.
like a little bit
I was.
left there.
What?
Yeah, she was actually riding bareback on the
That's what I
pink
thought.
coral sand dunes.
Oh, and the sand dunes. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Texture is beautiful.
Thanks.
Congratulations. First
Thanks.
place.
Oh,
Ellen also.
Yay. Yay,
Wonderful.
Ellen.
I love
It
your
was a sweep.
props.
That texture on the top,
Yeah,
the
the skin,
trunk,
yeah,
skin
the tusk
texture,
is beautiful.
amazing.
skin texture. is-
And ivory belongs to the living.
Living, indeed.
That's a
Yeah.
message that should be plastered all over down there.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Monochrome Advanced, 4 images. Honorable mention. Ed.
Ah,
Oh, nice. East Fjords.
is he here?
I don't think so.
So, mm-mm.
Okay.
Congratulations to Ed.
Iceland person.
Yeah.
Third place. Trisha.
Trisha. Looks like a Trisha pick.
This is this was a beach scene that put up right side up. Just didn't do anything for me, so I turned it upside down. And I really liked it.
I like it the way it is. Yeah.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Like Salt Point or something.
Uh-huh.
Yes, one of my favorite places in the world.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, there's a guy, Howard Brunstein. I can't remember his last name. Brunsteiner.
Brunsteiner.
Yeah, Brunsteiner. He did this picture of, along Highway 37 near Vallejo. There's the wetlands that are there that sometimes they get really silver and black with all these different movement things in them. And he took a picture of it and turned it upside down, and it just made it so much better than it would have been otherwise. So I'm channeling him.
Thanks, Howard.
So Tricia, do you see the ugly baby just northwest of center?
Where? Just left of center?
That's northwest of center, yeah.
Yes.
Is it a fetus?
I don't know. There's a little
Oh, I see. Yeah, little feet,
yeah.
a belly button.
Yeah, I see a different face, but yeah, I do see a face there.
There's the face.
See a gorilla too.
Yeah, that's more like what.
Oh yeah, I see the gorilla now.
Anyway, thank you.
Congratulations. Second place. Ellen.
Ellen.
Oh,
I was going to say, are you sleeping?
no, I'm right here. Thank you. This one just jumped out at me because I was going through all my a whole bunch of photos for some reason, and this was probably taken. Does it say? Yeah, 2016.
Yeah.
Almost 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Oh my gosh, how time flies.
Beautiful silhouette.
Yeah, I love it.
That's great.
I'm really enjoying silhouettes lately.
Nice title too.
Portfolio, and that's a really
That nest. They're on their nest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Nice crop.
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
Are they cormorants?
Cormorant.
Yes.
yeah, they're probably cormorants.
Yeah. Those gnarly branches are great. Was that Morro Bay or someplace or what?
Now this is the Laguna here in Sebastopol.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
I went on a walk with the people from the Laguna Center in an area you can't usually get to.
Oh, cool.
Terrific framing on that.
Mhm.
Congratulations. First place. Ronnie.
Yeah, that's cool. That is so slick.
Love that little person.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it before.
Two little people.
Two people. Yeah.
Oh, I don't see two. Oh,
A
yeah, there's the
closer
other one.
One's in
person
the kind of in the doorway.
in the middle, and then the ones in the
Yeah, you're breaking all the rules, but it works really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Congratulations to Ronnie. Monochrome Masters, 4 images. Honorable mention. Bill.
Mm,
Thank you.
yeah, beautiful.
Definitely a Bill shot.
Yeah, we hadn't had too much high surf, but we did on the 26th of December. It's a good one.
Yeah, I read about it.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, good shot.
Third place,
Yeah.
Cindy.
Nice.
Thanks.
Where is this now?
Ephesus in Turkey.
Ephesus.
Ah,
I didn't want to even attempt pronouncing it. Ephesus. Ephesus. Ephesus.
Those are some fine pots. They look really
Okay, that's
old.
Beautiful
amazing.
pots.
They are ancient.
Yeah,
Little
they
bird
are.
dew on
And they've been there a while.
them.
Settled right in.
Congratulations.
Light
Second
on.
place,
oh,
Herb.
neat.
Yeah, it looked like a herb shot.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Well,
Looks like
thank you.
Diamond Beach.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's like that.
This was something
Pretty
that the colors
amazing.
just weren't working for me. So I figured let me try it monochrome, and I'm trying to figure out how to do monochrome this year. So this is my first exercise.
Oh,
Thank you.
excellent.
I appreciate it.
And where were you?
This was in Iceland. It is on the Diamond Beach
Black
in
diamond.
Iceland.
Diamond Beach. Wow,
Very cool.
beautiful.
Congratulations. First place,
Oh,
Yeah.
Pat.
wow,
Yeah,
Pat.
That's gorgeous.
Great shot.
amazing.
Wow. Interesting elderly man, truly.
Yeah.
In Namibia. Wow.
Mhm.
Ah, yeah, he's
Framing it tight like that. It's amazing.
Did
Yeah.
he know you were photographing him?
Could he see?
I don't know. He couldn't see very well, so it was not visible. Yeah, I was around. Yeah.
Is that cropped? Is he a distance out, or were you pretty close?
I was fairly close.
That's really beautiful shot.
Yeah, it's a beautiful image.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Congratulations. Journalism, basic plus intermediate, one image, first place,
Mm.
Susan.
Yeah. Stumbling stones. Wow.
Yeah, nice texture.
Love the blue of the rocks.
Yeah.
The blue and the gold. But
Yeah.
Yeah, the really
really
nice
nice.
combo.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Susan. Journalism advanced, one image, first place,
Oh,
Yeah. This
Amy.
was so cool.
Love that. Very interesting.
Really nice.
I think Amy's here.
Is she?
See her.
I signed her in a little while ago.
Huh. Maybe she's muted.
Amy.
Where are you?
anyway, congratulations. Good story.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
shot.
Great story.
Awesome
Great job.
story. A paper should have this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Congratulations to Amy. Journalism Masters, 5 images, honorable mention, Sherry.
Carrie.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's oh my.
Mhm.
Congratulations. Honorable mention, Anne.
oh,
What?
when
Yeah.
did you see that?
Sorry,
Yeah, where-
mine.
This was a long time ago, and we had gone down to Arizona to visit a friend of mine who was he's actually the head of the Boyce Thompson Arboretum. He's since passed, and I had lost these photographs, and my grandson was here for Christmas, and he helped me figure out how to look at some photos that I had on a disc. And these were in there, and I was really happy to find the pictures of him.
Oh, yeah.
Also to find these pictures because I was just devastated when he drove us to this place and I saw how much of the world had been chopped up
Ah,
in
yeah.
these mines and that there was truck after truck after truck, and these were gymongous trucks.
Mhm.
I could have included the picture of the tire of one of these trucks. It was like 3 times the size of the person standing next to it.
Wow.
It's just immense trucks, and they look so tiny in these pictures. They're gigantic, and they just kept coming and coming and coming as we watched them.
What a
And
mess.
Christmas Day, they don't close for anything.
Jeez. Wow.
You can
Love
see
it.
the trucks parked on the top row there
Yeah.
are miniature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teensy.
Amazing.
Congratulations.
It's a great shot.
Mm-hmm.
Horrifying.
Third place, Stephanie.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Or
Really, really interesting.
She's in Brazil,
ah,
Wow.
back in Brazil.
Gosh, thanks. Hmm. The
Good
neat
as
story.
ecotourism.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's going to give a great master's presentation.
Yeah, I
Do
bet.
this and protecting the environment.
Wow.
Congratulations to Stephanie. Second place,
Oh,
Bill.
yay, Bill.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice capture.
Yeah.
So this was in April, one of the first protests under the current administration. And I think about this guy now. Now, what does he look like?
Yeah.
The sign would have to be 5 times that size.
Really.
Don't mess with my
Thank you.
Interesting sign on the right too. Hard to read, but I don't like it.
It's very detailed. Yeah.
Mhm.
Where
Yeah, they
were
gotta
you?
be, you can't have that much detail and really have an impact on, people seeing it. But it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. You want to get so much down on your sign and then nobody can read it. This is in Santa Rosa, in the square.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, in the square. Okay. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
First
you.
place, Tamara.
Yeah.
Yeah, really great.
She gets such gorgeous shots
Yeah.
Yes, it's a great topic too.
of people. I mean, just
The
beautiful
lighting is so
people
nice.
shots. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so sad the aid
Yeah.
went away for these folks.
Is
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
still living in Kenya?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. I met her accidentally there a couple of years.
Oh, how wonderful.
Really, how fun.
I was coming back with my husband from Masai Mara, I think. And there was this it was a 12 people airplane. And there was one couch in this one structure. And she and her husband were sitting on it. And they were clearly speaking American English. So we started chatting. And I said, well, the only person I know of is Tamara. And she stood up and she goes, I'm Tamara.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
That's wonderful.
Morocco. Oh, it was so funny.
That's neat.
Congratulations to Tamara. Pictorial, basic plus intermediate, 3 images. Third place, Susan.
Very nice.
Beauty.
Very nice.
Very
Did
lovely.
well. She
Mhm.
did really well tonight.
Christmas Day.
This day.
My goodness. Wow.
Is it water?
Yeah, it's a water drop photography.
Okay.
Wow.
I want to learn how to do it.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
It is fun. And try different liquids, sometimes milk. I don't know whether milk does
Milk
this.
is good.
Milk. Whoa.
Congratulations to Susan. Second place,
Oh, it's
Martin.
pretty.
That's really lovely.
Martin, that's gorgeous.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was really great. I drove through a heavy fog and got up to the top of the hill and was treated to that. So
Jeez.
Nice.
very early.
Beautifully captured. I just love it.
Yeah, the light in the foreground is really nice
Yeah, really
at
beautiful.
the right moment.
Boy, boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Congratulations to Martin. First place, Helen.
Helen.
That's
Really super.
stunning.
Stunning.
Yeah,
Very
that's
touching
really,
shot. Yeah.
really, really nice.
Nice moment.
It is, yeah, so sharp.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Thank you.
The hand gesture is really
Mm-hmm.
wonderful.
And the crisp shirt.
Yes.
Just-
With his
The horse too. Yeah.
his initial on it.
Also, the emotion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Emotion is so strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, really nice.
Yeah. Beautiful horse.
Yes. Beautiful horse.
Yeah.
Even the horse lifting his leg like that. You
Yeah,
can
just-
walk
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, beautiful.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
Pictorial Advance, 3 images. Third place,
Mm,
Ed.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, I really like that.
cool.
England. Yeah.
Mm,
It'd be nice to go
Yeah.
in my next life.
sure details.
Wow.
Congratulations to Ed. Second place, Ronnie.
I knew that was Ronnie.
This is
Yeah.
so cute. So
I
much
love that background.
Yeah.
Wow.
The lighting is wonderful.
Yeah. That's really great.
Yeah.
And,
Oh.
and I even love the play on the topic because you've got Mandarin and duck.
Oh,
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
a great.
yeah.
Very
I
I
clever.
was thinking it was all ducks or something until I saw that picture.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That's good to catch that. Yeah.
yeah, that was cool. Wonderful.
I love the
Congratulations to
composition.
Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
First place,
yay.
Trisha.
Oh, beautiful.
That's
You.
beautiful.
Such a
This
great
was
shot.
Joel and I went to the Lodi Sandhill Crane Festival again, and then some guy there told us about a place called the YOLO Bypass. We'd never been there before, and so we just on our last day, that's how we came home. And it's a bit industrial, but there were these places where you could see beautiful birds, and the day was just gorgeous. It was a really nice trip.
Those are corn stalks, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what it
They
looks like.
look like it, but they're
Old.
in the environment. I can't imagine that that's what they are.
Hmm.
More like wheat or something.
Some kind of green.
But
How
maybe.
how tall was it?
Well, there's
As
a
tall
lot
as
more to
you?
this picture than what I'm showing you.
Yeah.
With
Oh, they were tall.
level.
Very nice.
Very nicely done.
Yeah,
Love
really
it.
nice.
Oh,
The clouds too are nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Pictorial Masters, 5 images. Honorable mention,
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer.
Oh,
Oh, that's a fern. Those
I
are
was going to
4.
say it looks like ferns. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really
gorgeous. That bouquet is so wonderful.
yeah, the bouquet is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's just fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
The title's really good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the little things. Yeah.
Mhm.
Congratulations to Jennifer. Honorable mention,
Mm,
Linda.
Oh,
so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, this is, of course, it's you guys know where that is, but that is the Milky Way, and the light in the background is Las Vegas.
Ah,
Oh,
so I don't know where this is. Is
Oh,
it
it's
Death Valley?
Death
Death
Valley.
Valley. Yeah.
Death Valley. Okay.
Atwater?
The playa.
And yeah. Yeah, I think it's the Playa.
The Playa.
Yeah. Beautiful
Nice.
composition.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
it was really an amazing time to
That's
see
a
the
long
color palette between the bottom and the top is just like so gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was really fun. Freezing, but fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Nice job.
Third place, Tamara.
Ah,
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Helen.
Varanasi, India.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Great composition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is.
color is just spectacular, just surrounded by red, this guy.
Guy just wraps around and comes back to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
It's got the reflections in the water too. Very
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah, she did a nice job cropping.
Yeah, terrific. Really good.
Congratulations to Tamara. Second place, Pat.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. I was fortunate to have a rainbow, but actually that time of day is when the rainbow happens on those falls.
Wow.
Yeah, she was one of the photographers that I was with, and she went through the icy water, and she had her red jacket on, and I thought, this is great.
I was going to say, how much did you have to pay her to do that?
She liked the image. I gave her a copy of it.
oh, good.
Great.
Cool.
Yeah,
Very
that
cool.
would be,
She
she'd
got
love
a,
that.
you got a person in there for scale too, it looks like. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
that's nice.
Congratulations. First place,
Oh,
Herb.
Sure, yeah.
That's superb.
Oh,
It really is.
that's
well,
his
thank
palette,
you.
huh?
And
Yeah.
where
Yes,
did you photograph this?
This is in the Merced River in Yosemite.
Oh my
Oh,
And so
yeah.
while everyone else is photographing cliffs and looking up at the trees, at the time I had the camera on a tripod aimed at the river and played around with the polarizer and various shutter speeds.
Yeah, it's
And
beautiful.
this is one that came out. I wasn't sure whether abstracts would work in the competition, but appreciated the comments. I liked it. Thank you.
It's terrific. It's really
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, it's quite
Motion.
beautiful.
Motion is lovely in that.
The
Color palette is
Oh,
great.
yeah.
That's the Herb color palette, I'm telling
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Mhm.
Congratulations. And the best
Drum roll.
image of the evening goes to Helen.
All right.
Very nice.
Oh,
Bravo.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, good one.
Definitely worthy.
Well deserved. Congratulations, Helen.
Congratulations.
She's
So,
so
thank you
upset.
very much.
Wow. Spectacular.
And the title, Where Hands Speak Softly. That's just
I know.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Great title.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Nice.
all right.
Oh, boy,
Good job,
thanks
everybody. Thanks,
thanks
Joe.
so much for
Great night.
for
Thanks, Jane.
judging. It was wonderful and
See you.
Yeah.
And
Thanks for title reading, Linda.
oh,
Yes, good job.
anytime.
You guys, next time. Oh, maybe
Running.
Saturday, or is it Saturday?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Hopefully.
See you Sunday.
Hopefully see people on Sunday.
Yep.
We have to bring something.
see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
You.